The PlayStation 4 has built up an incredible lineup of free-to-play titles. I can point to games like Warframe, MMOs like Terra, so many other games, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention all of the Battle Royale offerings as well, from Fortnite, Apex Legends. Going into this generation, I don't think by 2019 many were expecting free-to-play to be one of the big components of the PlayStation 4's library, but lo and behold, here we are. And yes, while I would still say that paid games and $60 releases are still the most popular games on the PlayStation 4, free-to-play games definitely have their place as well. And if you want to compare it game by game, hey, games like Fortnite and Apex Legends are objectively the most popular games on the console, but you get the idea. I don't want to get into that debate right now. However, the PlayStation 4 for a while was missing a major free-to-play game in Path of Exile. That was available on PC since 2013. It was available on the Xbox One for quite a while as well. PlayStation 4 gamers were missing out on it, but that all changed today after a couple of delays. When the game was originally scheduled to release back in December, then it was scheduled to release in February. Now we finally have our hands on the dungeon crawling action RPG in Path of Exile. It is out right now on the PlayStation 4. There is so much to digest, and I do want to talk a little bit about this game, because as far as a free-to-play game goes, this might be one of the most compelling releases yet. And for any gamer, even if you're not all too into free-to-play games, maybe you're put off by the idea of microtransactions being a way to remain invested into the game, Path of Exiles is one of those games that even if you go in as completely a free-to-play player, you can have a fantastic time with the game. The developers of Path of Exile did put out a pretty in-depth FAQ on everything you have to know about PoE on the PlayStation 4. I want to take you guys through that, why you should play the game, what to know about it, and everything in between. Now, before we get into the FAQ, let's just look at the general reception Path of Exile has had. Over on Metacritic, Path of Exile is sitting on an 86. That's for the PC version, but do keep in mind, that's for the PC version back in 2013. Of course, this game has evolved incredibly over the last few years through updates, expansions, and it has become a far, far superior version than what it was back in 2013. The Metacritic score being an 86, that's still a very positive score. However, nowadays, considering what you have at your disposal, it's probably closer to a 90, but hey, just know it launched at an 86 and the game has only gotten better since then. As far as other reception elements go, the Steam release currently has 77 user reviews and 92% of those reviews were positive. You'll see a lot of players have sunk north of 1,000 hours into the game, and that's really one of the crucial elements of Path of Exile. Much like Diablo, which is a game it's often compared to, Path of Exile is a game that is so replayable, and because it gets updated all the time, there's always content to delve into and you can spend so much time into it. Yes, even as an entirely free-to-play player, this is a game you can easily sink north of 500, 600, 700, 1,000 hours. So many people have spent multiple thousands of hours in the game. It's really ridiculous, and if you guys have played Diablo, you know the longevity that comes with that game. Path of Exile brings to the table something very, very similar in terms of longevity, gameplay-wise, and fundamentally there are some crucial differences, but you can definitely see the comparisons as well. As far as what Path of Exile is, you're an exile struggling to survive on a dark continent as you fight to earn power that will allow you to exact revenge against those who wronged you. The game was created by hardcore gamers, and Path of Exile is an online action RPG set in a dark fantasy world with a focus on visceral action combat, powerful items, and deep character customization. They always like to tout that Path of Exile is completely free and will never be pay to win. Some of the elements they tout is freedom, power, and revenge. Banished from your misdeeds to the dark, brutal world. You play as the Duelist, Witch, Ranger, Templar, Marauder, Shadow, or the Scion class. From Forsaken Shores through the ruined cities of Sarn, explore the world and uncover the ancient secrets waiting you. Of course, customization is one of the big elements of the game, and your character will really be able to be fine-tuned by you. You'll be able to create and customize hundreds of unique skill combinations, from tradable gems, a gigantic passive skill tree. You'll be able to combine skill gems, support gems, and trigger gems to create your own unique combination of power, defense, and destruction. Once again, tailoring your character exactly how you want to. You'll also obviously take on deadly missions. Forsaken Masters each have their own style of mission, and each of these missions have many variations. As you explore deeper, the pool of available variations increases to challenge you in new ways. So this is the kind of game, and this is the case with a lot of multiplayer free-to-play titles or online multiplayer games in general, the more time you invest into the game, the more it's really going to expand and become more of an engaging and compelling experience. So that is something to know. Maybe from the get-go, you're not hooked right away, but spend time with it and you will be more and more absorbed into Path of Exile. All of the missions and their variations can occur anywhere in the game, including within endgame maps. And again, again, customization is a big element of the game, and Path of Exile is all about the items. You'll be able to find, collect, and trade magic, rare, and unique items with arcane properties, then customize your character build around the deadliest combinations you possess. Outside of going through the game, there's also a big emphasis on PvP. You'll be able to battle in PvP tournaments, seasons, and capture the flag events for worldwide recognition, compete in daily leagues and race events that run as separate game worlds with their own ladders and economies to win valuable prizes. You'll have a hideout as well, and you can fully customize that, so there's a lot of variety in the gameplay of Path of Exile and a lot to actually get invested into. And with the release of the PlayStation 4 version, we have Path of Exile Synthesis. Again, this was supposed to release back in December, then it got pushed to February, then it got slated for a March release window, but a lot of people really weren't buying into that, and then they finally announced, yes, it will be dropping on March 26th. As of the recording of this video, the game is already live. It launched 8 a.m. Pacific time today. The game is live for you to download, so you can delve into it right now. And best of all, you might be thinking, hey, I'm not a PlayStation Plus subscriber, so I can't play this game. Path of Exile does not need a PlayStation Plus subscription. I see this get misconstrued online a lot. PlayStation Plus will give you some cosmetic goodies if you want to sign up for that, but it is not needed at all to get into the Path of Exile experience, so that is a huge benefit. You could just have a PlayStation 4, have no subscription, go onto the PlayStation Store, download PoE, and get invested into a north of 1,000 hour experience. That's pretty incredible to me. And you might even be wondering, hey, Path of Exile, you're saying that this game is north of 1,000 hours, is it gonna be a big download for my PlayStation 4? Maybe you don't have great internet, whatever the case may be. No, the game is a 9 GB download for launch. Yes, a 9 GB download. For some of you guys, that's gonna complete in like 10 minutes. For others, if you have slower internet, it might take an hour tops. It is going to be a very, very quick download, and this comes with patch 3.6.1. That is the version that launched on the 26th. They're keen to deploy the 3.6.3 update as soon as possible after the launch. And they noted that yes, the PlayStation 4 version will launch with the never sync filters. Currently, users cannot tweak these, but we have plans for the future that should allow that. By the way, as far as PlayStation Plus goes, with trading and inviting friends to a group, no, you're not going to need Plus for that either. The game is free, and it's easy to invite friends to play, and how many you can play with, you can invite up to 5 friends at any time to play alongside with you. As far as performance, what's the resolution for the PlayStation 4 Pro version, frame rate, and is HDR supported? The resolution target is 1080p, 60 frames per second, so that's huge. Dynamic resolution scaling. HDR, however, isn't supported, but I think it's huge that they got the 60 FPS there. That was essential. As far as the non-PlayStation 4 Pro version, they also get 60 FPS. Their target is 60 FPS in 1080p using a dynamic resolution scaling system, so the resolution will be altered while you play the game, but I think the frame rate more than anything is huge for this game. They also noted that in a recent update for Xbox, they changed how the game loads areas. In previous versions, the game would load some of the assets while you were already in the map, which caused some FPS delays. The game now loads all assets during the loading screen. Is this also the case on the PS4? They noted, we have done a lot of work on console performance in the last few weeks, and the improvements that were made to the Xbox version last week should be in the day one version of the PlayStation 4 version on launch, or patched in within 24 hours if they don't hit on the first day. We are trying very hard to make sure this is the case. This seems to me like a case where they've been working on this game for quite a while, and gamers are so eager to get it that if they couldn't get it out day one, they want to update it in as soon as possible. They just want to get the game to our hands as quick as possible. So I commend them on that, and it looks like they are going to be committed to it, as they're planning on the potential of an update being released just 24 hours on the release of the game, so that's pretty impressive. The current league of the game is Synthesis, and how long will it last given that it starts within a 3-week delay versus the PC version? Well, they noted that this may shorten the league's duration slightly on the PlayStation 4, as our preference is to get the schedule in sync with PC as quickly as possible and then never deviate from it in the future. Yes, that sucks from the get-go, but I think for the long-term longevity of the game, keeping everything uniform is ideal, and if you do want to implement crossplay at some point, you are going to want to keep everything uniform. The PlayStation 4 version will also have private leagues. Unfortunately, there will not be single-screen co-op. We've seen a lot of games do away with these, and I don't know what free-to-play game really offers single-screen co-op, so that to me doesn't come across as too much of a surprise, but nonetheless, maybe at some point they can implement that. I would love to see it. The PlayStation 4 version is getting support for race events. Here is the big bummer. If you've been playing Path of Exile on the PC and you want to connect your account to the PlayStation 4 version, you won't be able to do that. They directly note, is there any connectivity to accounts for the PC version? Basically, can I access my PC account on the PlayStation 4? And they point blank just said it won't be possible to connect to your PC account from your PlayStation 4 account. Another question I'm wondering about the PlayStation 4 version and any sort of transfer of purchases. Will I have access to them when I start the game on PlayStation 4? That parlays from the last point. We aren't able to transfer PC purchases across the consoles, unfortunately. That's pretty huge. I don't believe that's been the case in the Xbox One version either, so it's not like it's a big removal on the PlayStation 4 version, but you would like to see that, so that is a bummer. Again, I mentioned that the game won't inherently need PlayStation Plus for you to access it. However, it will have some benefits for Plus subscribers. PlayStation Plus members will receive PS Plus program benefit, which will include various cosmetics, but no direct gameplay advantage over others. That's a pretty nice thing to note. If you do have Plus, you'll get some cosmetics, but outside of that, no direct gameplay improvements. How are the average load times loading into a map? Load times will vary depending on the area. Our average load time internally between hideout and map areas has ranged between 10 to 20 seconds. Select larger maps such as Shaper's Realm and Hall of Grandmasters can be up to 50 seconds. I just talked about cross-platform a little while ago. The Path of Exiles guys obviously know that we want this. However, currently answering the question, are there any plans for cross-platform play for the game? It's not possible right now, but we are investigating it for the future. So obviously the door is open, and I think that's why they want to keep parity between the PC, PS4, and Xbox One release, because if they implement cross-platform play, they can transition into that right away. If everything was segmented out differently, that would be a little bit difficult of an issue, but it does look like cross-platform play is being investigated on for the future. Maybe we'll even get it before the end of 2019, who knows. PlayStation 4 unfortunately won't launch with Guild or Chat. Chat is currently being worked on for both consoles. Our hope is to ship this out ASAP in the coming weeks after its completion and internal testing. There's also going to be a large-scale trophy pack for you guys that are trophy hunters. They noted, yes, there's a large-scale trophy pack for PS4, which includes a platinum trophy. There isn't a trophy which requires you to find a mirror or trading. Will the PlayStation 4 version have in-game matchmaking like the PC version? The console version doesn't have this at the moment. We're working on the in-game chat feature, which should help with finding other Exiles to adventure with. And lastly, going forward, what would be the timeline for future League release dates? Can we expect a 1-week delay versus PC similar to Xbox release schedule? And they noted, our goal is as quickly as possible. Ideally, if we launch the PC version of a League on the Friday, then we'll be able to hit both console platforms on the Monday afterward. So again, not direct parity, but very, very close. And if cross-platform play is what they want to do in the future, I imagine they would even want to get it to the point where they can release it day and day. However, right now, just a little bit of a delay between releases, which I think is perfectly fine. And that's everything from the FAQ post. This is a game that's going to be updated throughout the course of 2019, and as we hear about the major PoE updates, we will let you guys know. But this awesome free action RPG is available right now on the PlayStation Store. Even if you're a little hesitant on trying it out because it's free, I would give it a recommendation. This is a game that I invested some time into on PC back in the day, and I'm excited to get back into it on PlayStation 4 with all of the updates that they've added, and it should be a fun time. If you like Diablo, there's going to be stuff to like in Path of Exile, and you'll probably naturally get accustomed to the experience. But that's going to conclude this video. Let us know if you've tried it out yet, and sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.